Okay, so yesterday we did a workshop at the clinic, and I was teaching everybody at the workshop the significance of alignment. And it's actually more important than most people give it credit for. And in my opinion, I think there's a huge connection between your alignment, posture, and your performance. And for a lot of you, you guys don't realize that you don't have to be an athlete to benefit from this. You can just be somebody that works out. In my opinion, if you're in pain as well, this will contribute towards a healthier body. So I'm standing in front of a mirror for a reason, because I need you to see this if you are gonna make a difference in your body. And if this anatomy part doesn't make sense, I'm gonna share with you a parallel, and hopefully that makes sense to you, okay? So if you have a mirror, what I want you to do is we're gonna use the mirror to read the body. So ideally, what we want to see is our shoulder blade. I'm only talking shoulder blade, the bone we have, this guy right there. I'm just talking about the shoulder blade, okay? Here, I have a skeleton here and I'm not even using it. This guy right here. This is all that I'm talking about. This is all we're looking at right now. In the mirror, what I want you to do is I want you to look at the back side of your body, okay? And you want to see the shoulder blade sitting firmly flat against the back side of your rib cage. And what that means, I'm not saying that you have to stand with your chest puffing out like a soldier. All that I'm saying is you want the position of the shoulder blade to be back and down and comfortable, settled, okay? For a lot of you that are under a lot of stress, this is what you're gonna see. The gap between your shoulder and your neck, it's bunched. So you're gonna be like this, right? You're gonna be like this rather than that. So why does it matter? Why does it matter for you to see this? Because for starters, if you can learn to see this, you will learn to take action on it before it potentially becomes an issue. Now, you really do have to learn to see it. You have to learn how to see it because you have to make sense of it. And if that doesn't make sense, here's my parallel. You want your shoulder blades to resemble the walls of a house, okay? So if this is your trunk, you want your shoulder blades to be on the back of the ribs, tucked in firmly against the rib cage, like I said earlier, and straight. But when we exercise and we're not maintaining our body, when we exercise, as a matter of fact, when we go to work and we're under a lot of stress, what happens to our shoulder blades is that it starts to round forward and up on top of the rib cage. So it resembles the roof of a house. So that's the shoulder blade. You want it to be firm and back and straight, but for most people, it's up and over. So it doesn't really matter if you learn to make a change in your body if you have this. It doesn't matter, but for a lot of you, it contributes to this endless cycle of perpetual stress. I don't know, I just made that up. But for a lot of you, it doesn't look good when you're like this. It tells me that a lot of you are stressed out, and I can see it from a mile away. And I think a lot of you should take action on it if you do see your body rounded and over like the roof of a house. So if you're interested, I am going to show you a simple pec stretch you can do if you have a door frame. Super simple to correct, but it's a factor of consistency if you want to make a difference. So here is the stretch I was talking about earlier. Now, I'm going to explain some of the theory, and you don't have to understand the theory to reap the benefits of doing this stretch. So this stretch is called a doorway stretch because we're using our arms and we're placing them on a door frame. And what we want to do is open up the chest. As you can see here, my chest is pushing forward. my arms are going backwards. And the reason why we want to hit different positions being above my head, to the side of my body, and reaching lower, is because you will hit the different fibers that make up your chest muscle. Now, the reason why we get to the chest is because when the chest gets tight, it pulls the shoulders forward. That's as much as you have to understand. When the chest is tight, your shoulder collapses forward. Therefore, we open up the front so that the back can help reposition itself. Hold each position for 30 seconds, do 3 sets, follow the rule of 3 when in doubt. Anything 3 you can think of.